Welcome back to Snowbound. I am your host, Ember Snow. I want to get right into this episode because this is a very important topic for me. If you guys have been like following me for a while now, you know that respect is one of the major things that I believe in. And in my opinion, I feel like nowadays respect is starting to dwindle a little bit. And this last week, I have a pretty good example of this. So I was having brunch with someone I consider very special. It was actually here in Vegas. It was one of the restaurants that I have been with, and I wanted him to try it with me. Don't worry, it's not a boyfriend, but it was definitely someone whose company I enjoy. Brunch was great. It was going along so well. The weather was just perfect too, because usually it's like so hot around those times. But we were lucky enough to get one table outside, and that just added into the feel of the brunch. But when we finally got the bill from our meal server, he actually split it, and we were just my dad and I were just confused, like what, what's going on? Because we came together, and he was just like, "No, I'm paying for all of this." So he grabbed my bill and added into his, gave his card. When the mail server came back, it was still split. So we were, it just added into more confusion. When I finally opened, when we both actually opened the little booklet, we found out that he paid for mine and he added his phone number on the receipt. He didn't pay for my dates, just mine. So I was stunned. I was just like, yeah, it has happened before, but not to this level. And yeah, I know you guys are thinking, wow, this guy has some balls. Honestly, yeah, I thought the same thing, but not in a good way. A lot of you guys may thought it was a good one, but no, not like this because it was just really disrespectful. It was disrespectful to me and it was disrespectful most especially to my date. It was just like you actually think that I would be impressed by this, like you're trying to actually steal me away from someone who I was with. No, no, and it's not right to do that. It's not even right to assume. When you see a couple, you shouldn't just assume, oh, they're probably just friends or they're just that maybe they're relatives or whatever. No, don't just assume. I mean, sure, maybe it's good to ask questions, but I feel I've been a server before. You should already kind of be observant of what the feel is with whoever it is that you're serving. And yeah, again, it's good to ask questions, but that was just like, wow. Like, again, I was just completely flabbergasted. It may be different if I was like with some girlfriends or if I was alone. I would be really grateful if someone were to cover my bill. But I would most likely feel so wrong about it, just personally, and I wouldn't want to accept it. But at that time I was just like, oh my god, I just froze and I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. So it was just wrong, guys. Please, if you are a server, do not do this. It's just really it was emasculating. Yeah. Just guys, respect. And if you see a girl you are interested in, it doesn't hurt to talk to her and see if there is some kind of interest. But if she's with another guy, it's just best to find out what their relationship is. Again, just observe what their dynamic is like, and maybe ask if you're still unsure, because it's not good to just assume things. I mean, just think about it. Would you ever want to be in a relationship with a woman who would sneak around on her boyfriend? Of course not, because that means she'd be sneaking around on you. So, do not do this. I actually asked some of my subscribers from OnlyFans what they thought about this incident or if they even experienced anything similar. So, one fan said, "Lame move by the server. Thank you." Thank you, regardless of the relationship between you and the friend. It happened to me once with an ex, except she just laughed at the guy, then got mad at me for not saying anything. Yeah, honestly, once the incident was over, I was mad at myself. I wasn't mad with like anyone except maybe the server, but yeah, I was mad at myself for not even saying anything. I felt awful that this happened and that I didn't stand up for myself and my dates at the time. So, I mean, I should have, and I didn't. Next time, I will. I personally don't agree with your ex getting mad at you. It's, it should be our job to tell a guy when he's being wrong. And I feel like there are a lot of us women when we're uncomfortable with a situation, or if a guy is harassing us and we don't necessarily know what to do, we just kind of laugh it off and just like, oh, just whatever, he'll go away. No, I feel like to some guys they see that as like, oh, it's okay because she's laughing. I made her laugh. But yeah, I should have said something, and your ex shouldn't have gotten angry at you because it's not your fault. Another fan said, "The simple fact is, he was not only being ungentlemanly, but he was being unprofessional as an employee, and you should have immediately informed management of his unprofessional behavior." I actually did. Thank you very much. I just didn't do it in person because I normally don't have a temper, but I felt like once I get started on it, it could just boil over into me tipping over a table and just screaming profanities at the server, and I didn't want TMZ to catch all of that. Yeah, that's not me. But I did. I actually did let the management know about the situation, and they they were actually not being very helpful. Like they were trying, as if they were like trying to defend the male server about what happened in the very beginning. And then I think what finally got them was, I love that restaurant so much. I would come there like every month or 2 months. And that was when they were just like, okay, we're going to try and fix this. It wasn't the disrespect, it was just the fact that it sounded like they didn't want to lose a customer. And even the guy who I was having brunch with had something to say about this. He said, "I think that paying for your meal was his intent from the beginning. At least when he decided to split the check for us. I'm not entirely sure if he knew who you were or if he was just attracted and interested in you, but regardless, it was unprofessional. It doesn't matter what our perceived relationship was. It could have even looked as if we were related. Regardless, it was insensitive. Looking back on it now, I really should have defended you, especially after I figured it out. First of all, no, you don't have to apologize to anything. And second, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you adding your input in all of this. I hope there are some fans out there who are wondering what your what you were really feeling. But yeah, no, don't apologize. If anyone were to apologize, it should be that server, that mail server, and me. Okay, I am taking responsibility for the fact that I I made it look like I accepted his charity and I accepted his number, but the only reason I actually took it is as like evidence in case I would need it. Like the manager actually did ask for it, so it came in handy. But yeah, I'm not very proud of what I did because I should have stood up for both of us. And for that, I am sincerely sorry that I didn't do anything. The thing is, this isn't the only time that something like this has happened. It has happened to me before with other guys that I was with. And the number of times that we get asked, "Oh, are you guys together?" or "Are you paying together?" is just it's staggering. Let me say this. It doesn't matter who I'm with. It doesn't matter if it's a boyfriend, a date, a girlfriend, a colleague, a friend, or even a family member. The moment I walk into a store or a restaurant and I'm sitting with them, it means I'm with them. Again, it doesn't matter what the relationship is or what your perception of our relationship is. In that moment, we're together. And this particular incident, I mean, it deserves respect. I know if you're interested in someone or if you're attracted in someone, you want to like, you want to appeal to them, you want to give them extra attention, but if you're there to do a job too, like you should respect everyone and not just that one person. I mean, think about it. If you're out on a date and a random guy, doesn't even matter if it's a male server or not, but a random guy came up to you guys and just gave his number to your dates, how would you feel? How would you feel if this random guy just did that? And finally, to the server who did this, I hope you're watching because I don't want you to do this again. Please do not do this again. It only took a really good time and turned into an awkward and negative situation. But I have no ill will toward you. I just I just wanted to let you know that what you did was wrong and you shouldn't do it again. But I hope you find what you're looking for. So that's it for today, you guys. Respect and don't just assume. Please like and subscribe and click the link down below. Stick around for more.